The time is just gone, 8:24 a.m., and we continue with the broadcast this morning and the brutal murder of journalist, Al Jazeera journalist Shirin Abu Akleh, 100 days ago, killed by the Zionist forces and the Israeli security apparatus. And justice after 100 days still remains elusive for the slain Shirin Abu Akleh. And we joined this morning by journalists based in the West Bank, by Khalid Amayree. Khalid, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
أهلا وسهلا عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته brother.
Yes, wonderful you're able to join us. And, obviously, this is a travesty of justice and also a very, very sad situation where 100 days later, we're still hearing about the family of the journalist Shirin Abu Akleh calling on the United States government to step up and to conduct this independent investigation.
Yes, yes, indeed. Everybody here in the occupied territories in the West Bank and Palestine is still missing Shireen very, very much. And the Israelis are not actually letting us forget her in a certain sense by continuing to kill and murder Palestinian kids and Palestinians in general every day they carry out one or two or three murders, and they are doing this with unprecedented audacity. Seeing that there is no protest, there is no proactive condemnation by the international community, indeed by the United States and the United Kingdom. So the killing is continuing unabated in a certain sense.
Yes, the key issue here is, nobody is holding Israel accountable. And we've seen this even with Joe Biden's visit to the Middle East last month. And, we know that there is evidence, there's overwhelming evidence, and many investigations have found that Israel was responsible. And yet, we see at the minimum, the U.S. not even telling Israel that it is holding it accountable for the death of Shirin Abu Akleh.
Yes, yes, this is true, but I think counting on the United States and on this Biden is futile, infinitely futile, because the U.S., whether we like it or not, is a part of the problem. It cannot be part of the solution. Thinking that the United States could truly pressure Israel to acknowledge without ifs and without buts the murder of Shireen is a kind of fantasy. The United States knows that, the Israelis know that, and everybody is coming to the conclusion that the United States is simply coming to terms with the fact that Israel carried out the murder knowingly and deliberately, and of course, killing knowingly is killing deliberately in the final analysis. The United States yesterday called in Israel to amend, so-called amend the open fire instructions and to observe these things more closely, and just this usual rhetoric and all this rhetoric and hypocritical advices by the U.S. Are aimed at diluting the subject and uh, just getting away with impunity, allowing Israel to escape with impunity. And this is what is happening. Israel is actually killing Shireen every day by killing other Palestinians whose murder goes unreported, and they just go into oblivion. They go into oblivion, and this emboldens Israel not only to lie about what happened to Shireen, but to really go on and on and on, because the United States and the international community in general is failing to tell Israel enough is enough.
Yes. Now, also, Khalid, as much as the United States and Israel can try and dilute the situation, and when one looks at, people on the ground, we're talking of civil society, we're talking of people that are seeking justice for the people of Palestine, for the murder of Shireen Abu Akleh as well, and looking at yourself, be you yourself being a journalist, and we, yeah, at Salam Media being a media house, just looking at the responsibility of media to obviously continue putting up the pressure and continue, talking about all these injustices, despite mainstream media that I would say, in the West, trying to dilute the situation together with the collaboration of the various players and governments.
Well, frankly, the very survival of the Palestinian community in Palestine depends to a very large extent on the goodwill of the international public opinion. The international public opinion. And I think this is, the remaining hope for the not only Palestinian journalists like myself, but for the ordinary Palestinians in general. The Palestinian Authority is, does not. It's like a dead horse. Nothing. It can do nothing. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. And of course, we rely basically on human rights organizations. Yesterday, the Gestapo-like Israeli army raided the offices of 8 such organizations, vandalized them, and confiscated everything, and sealed these offices until further notice. The Israelis are doing things, like the American Wild West. That is completely ignoring the international law and international human laws and norms and everything. A couple of days ago, an unnamed Israeli official admitted that Israel was responsible for the killing of 5 Palestinian kids in the Gaza Strip. We remember that the Israelis changed their account, their narrative of the murderous event 7 times in 3 days. And look how they acted. They now say, well, yes, we did it, but we try to make sure that no civilians are injured, and those people lie, like they breathe the oxygen of life. They lie to cover up the crime of the occupation, which is an act of rape, an act of murder. And so they are trying to cover up all these crimes against the humanity by lying. And everybody, including the United States, knows in their hearts that Israel is lying, but because of politics and because of the the bond, the special relationship between the umbilical bond between America and Israel, America takes Israeli lies for granted. And, the Palestinians are the victims. You saw how the affair of Mahmoud Abbas in Germany, when he said that the Israelis committed 50 Holocausts against us ever since its evil creation in Palestine in 1948. So the Zionists raised a vociferous outcry about Abbas's remarks. So they don't want the Palestinians even to complain, to cry out for justice. They want us to come to terms with the very whim that we are an inferior community, that we do not belong to Palestine, that we live here only temporarily, and this is a Jewish land, and we are non-Jewish. Therefore, we have no right to remain here forever.
Yes, Khalid. In fact, we're going to have to leave it at that. But I quite like when you're saying that breathing the oxygen of lies, and I think that is summarizes a very very powerful statement indeed. But as always, we appreciate you taking time out talking to us. We wish you well, and we wish the people of Palestine well as well. And for now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And once again, we thank you for your time. Khalid Amayree is joining us this morning out of the West Bank against the 100 days, and the family of Shirin Abu Akleh is still seeking justice. We're going to go for a break. We come back. We're joined by attorney Nadeem Mohammed, the Tulsi twins, out on parole.